But Quad has to make a decision that this group does offer something that is valuable or not. And Quad has to take accountability that sometimes she gives us her to kiss.
What it do, what it ain't, y'all? This your girl, such a craziness. I'm coming to you, and you with another word on the street segment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. But before we get into this video, definitely go check out my previous video that I put out last night for y'all, and check out the clapback I'm about to say quad, Miss Phaedra had to say to anybody, not just directly to Miss Quad, but anybody to say they brought her on Married to Medicine.
And while, it was said that nobody brought me to this show, I'm Phaedra Parks. I came to the show.
So let's go ahead and get into this video, okay? So the ladies, the episode, it started off with them leaving from what we had seen from last week, where Quad and Heavily was kind of having this little heated argument. Dr. Heavily was like, look, you using me, that's what Jackie telling me. I'm starting to see it for myself. Blase, blase, blase. Then, the other ladies were saying their piece on the matter, and they just like, this is really starting to be redundant. We keep saying the same thing. You keep saying the same thing. Nothing is getting resolved. So let's just go to our respective corners and figure something out. But then they go to, I guess, Toya's room, and they all come to this conclusion like, no, we ain't even gonna try to work it out. We just need her to leave. Period, point, and the blank. We don't need her to stay any longer. So yeah. And here go Dr. Heavily. So what we gonna do? Damn. So that Toya go to her room, call up Quad, tell me something. You busy? Can you come down? We want to talk to you about something. Are you dressed? And Quad was like, not really, but I'll come on down. I'm on my way. So she comes on down. They basically, give Simone the floor to speak for all of them, saying, look, we understand, you saying your piece, and this was for us to say our piece, but we are not on the same page, booby. We're not on the same page. And furthermore, as a collective, we are not emotionally connected with you, Quad. So we really don't see a reason for you to be here. You and Toya ain't even on a good up and up anyway. And I'm like, wait a minute. This emotional connection attachment sounds familiar.
I was very hurt when James Knox told me that Quad said, I don't have an emotional attachment to anybody in this group. And I'm like, damn, really? Really, after all I've said and done with Quad?
So are we trying to use or allegedly use the words that Quad said for y'all ladies, that she's not really emotionally there with you guys? This is not a safe space, a safe place for her. I just found that, like a little But anyways, so after, Dr. Simone relayed the message to Quad, Quad was just like, damn, really? Damn, I wasn't expecting this. But, what can we do to work on it? It's like she was pleading in a way to like, look, listen to me. I listen to y'all guys, like, listen to me. I never get a chance to voice my opinion. They looking like, wait a minute. We voiced our opinion. You've been voicing your opinion. It's just like, woe is me. This is what y'all did to me, and this is why I did what. They don't want to hear all that, Quad. They done had it up to hell with it. They done had it up to hell with it. And she was like, I wish, we could still be friends. I wish it didn't come to this. It hurts me and stuff like that. And they just looking like, girl, come on with the dramatic. Because that's what she was giving me. I felt like she was like giving me this outstanding performance to actually feel like she gives a damn. And that was just that. I mean, yeah, it was like, damn. It was, on the outside looking in like, yeah, that's pretty messed up. Wait a minute. Y'all invited this girl to come on the trip. But now you're saying that you don't want her to be on the trip no more. Like, what's going on? So y'all guys take a listen to what the ladies got to say, and you know how we do. We come in with a little commentary here, commentary there. So let's get to it.
All right, guys.
Oh my goodness. That was heavy.
Yeah, those are hard moments, and I definitely say friendships are about balance, about boundaries, and there are friendships, and Simone and I can testify to. Sometimes you take a break. And it doesn't mean that
You
you're
don't
going to be
love the
wrong
person.
ever, but you do have to establish boundaries and balance in friendships. And I think that is where we were as a friend group, is trying to establish some balance and boundaries.
But I want to know, I'm right here in the midst, but I need to know what changed from you all meeting for lunch and then us getting to Napa and then like all of a sudden, you know what? This is not going to work. Let's send you home. Like, because at the lunch, you guys were very much, should we invite Quad? Yes, let's go ahead and invite her. And then we get there. And so tell me, what changed?
I think you guys had met prior to me getting there, and there was some conversation that had taken place um, before Phaedra and I got to Napa. So you may be able to better tell us what you saw at that lunch that I didn't see, but I knew some exchange had taken place. And then we had a long dinner, and we all had an exchange, and nobody seemed to have felt comfortable with what was happening. So you're new to the group, and you're on the outside looking in, and maybe you
Right.
can tell us if we missed something or what happened. But again, I knew there were conversations that had taken place prior to us getting there.
Well, I wasn't privy to those conversations, but what I will say, I mean, obviously you guys have had this long history together. Like you say, I am new, so I don't know all of the dynamics. When I first met Quad, she was very cool, but what I do know that friendships is certainly a give and take, right?
Correct.
And what I do see also is that if four people in the friend group will all share the same opinion towards one person, then that person certainly has to look at themselves.
Yeah, and never is it a good moment when you feel like your friendship is on rocky grounds. Because I can certainly speak for me and Simone, and we had been friends for 20 plus years, and then we reached
Long
a place,
before we were on this show, actually.
yeah,
Yes.
and we reached a place where we wouldn't take the time to both see eye to eye, because that takes a give and take. For
Right.
us to get better, we both had to own our parts and both say we were being childish about some things, petting some more than me.
both, both feelings were hurt.
Yeah.
I think Quad often talks about that, where she doesn't trust sharing in the group. It's back on.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Kat. We'll be right back.
The main thing that we want to convey to all of the people who are on here, who are disappointed, who are angry, we love Quad too. She's been in our lives now for 10 years. And as a group of women, we're one of the only shows with the majority of the OGs. And I think that's too, that we have some authentic feelings for each other. And we've definitely had our years of fractured relationships, but the fact is that we try to stand up for each other all year long, not just doing a set number of months when filming is there. And certainly I don't have any close friends that I would confide in if the only time I saw them was at an event. I stand in my authentic feelings and my authentic self. I love Quad. I don't have anything against Quad, but Quad has to make a decision that this group does offer something that is valuable or not. And Quad has to take accountability that sometimes she gives us her ass to kiss. And it isn't really fair because nobody else in the group is doing that.
Can I just say one thing? If y'all ever have a problem with me, just call me and we can do brunch right here in Atlanta.
Because you like to eat, Alicia.
Yes, I
You
do.
real greedy.
But
Alicia, I would think that if
when you
you had,
call somebody, Dr. Alicia, they have to be open to receive. When you tell somebody, hey, you've hurt me, and this is the way that you've hurt me, you can't respond back with, well, I did that because you did this. No, either you accept the fact that I have now opened up. I've said to you, Toya and Eugene were very hurt about Quad calling Eugenia on social media.
Call him Eugenia. Eugenia is what I call him.
She ain't really owning that. She
Mm-hmm.
said it. At reunion, she was like, oh no, I stand in that. I said it.
I meant what I said. Fine.
Right. But you can't say, well, I said that because. And just like all of y'all on here, we love Quad. And this narrative, any woman on this show has to be jealous of anybody. That is comical to me. We are all
Very
accomplished.
successful and accomplished. I
Like,
mean,
this
the
ain't
show
Jennifer.
is
We're all accomplished.
doctors,
Some of us actually longer than others.
period.
Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you. And there's nobody on the show that they're living a life that I want. And I'm sure that there's nothing about my life that any of the ladies want, because we're all standing in our purpose in our own specific way as individuals. We love our show. We love our fans that have followed us from day one. And what we love is that you guys are so opinionated. You got part of the story. And I respect, that you all have an opinion on it, but it stays right there.
Now, I have to say, you guys did embarrass me by bringing out that liquor.
So it wasn't none of us on here that brought
It
it
was
out.
none
So
of
you
us.
told us,
I
so.
don't even drink.
But Simone partake.
Oh, you can catch some of that stuff out that flash,
You
Simone.
can take the girl out of Atlanta. You can't take the Atlanta out of the girl.
So, I mean, my thing is we've got Alicia on here. Me and Alicia are obviously very new to the show. And we've got the two OGs that have been on here from the inception of the show. So a lot of this is about learning how to cooperate and collaborate with people in certain, scenarios and situations. And I see some of the comments like, oh, did Phaedra turn on her friend? I don't have a dog in this fight, if y'all know what that means. I'm new to the show. I don't have any reason to be jumping on any bandwagon. And while, it was said that nobody brought me to this show, I'm Phaedra Parks. I came to the show. So, ain't nobody got to bring me nowhere. I've been down in NBC Universal streets for a long time. So, when I see that, I'm like, no. And I knew Jackie, I knew Simone and Heavenly for, I'm sure, almost 20 years, maybe. We did, you and I, Simone, did the doctors together when I was pregnant with my second baby. Remember, and I had placenta previa, and you was telling some, yeah. So, so when you say, I'm neutral, okay? And I got kicked, into this stuff. So don't come at me with that, baby. Period.
Well, the thing about it is we actually all love each other. Love is different for everybody. And that's what Simone said in her statement is for this trip. I want everybody to catch that. For this trip. We're not saying that
Quad needs to leave,
right,
that we don't want her as a part of the group. That is really not what we're saying, but she needs to take some time away from the group to decide if we are benefiting her. Why should anybody be around anybody that's not benefiting them in some shape, form, or fashion? Sorry, Jeff, I took that over.
No, but it is going to, the one thing about us on Married to Medicine, one, we hang out all year long, and two, we make up and break up. It's kind of like a marriage, and that's why it's called Married to Medicine. Simone and I had a little separation. We went our separate ways for a minute, and she realized she missed me.
That I couldn't do without you.
You couldn't do it without me. And so, but we realized that about each other. I mean, I started out the show. I did not like Heavenly. Okay. And so we've all been, Toya is like, almost like my niece, a little, I've had Toya in the bathroom. We all fight on this show. We break up, we make up, and the show is back on.